Hey everybody, welcome to It Tastes Different Gaming Appetizers. Today on the news, we're going to be discussing Tesla. Tesla is now going to let players play games. Drivers play games, excuse me. Tesla is being investigated by the U.S. regulators for dangerous potential of its passenger play feature. As previously reported by Sega, Sonic the Hedgehog has been added to Tesla vehicles alongside other games, with the intent of the passenger being able to play the game while the car is going places. Seems okay, but the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration has issued a preliminary evaluation into the feature that allows people to play games. And they have a crap load of concerns. Now, we've all seen the videos where people driving down the road in their Teslas, eating ice cream and pasta, barbecue ribs, pretty much not driving. It's a cool feature, hey, hands-free, look at me, yay. That's why we have knees. Knees are meant to steer, not the car. But this is getting kind of ridiculous. Now, I think me and Pat will probably have the biggest differences on this as far as opinions go. So I want to go to Pat first and get his take on what he thinks about being able to play games while driving.
Well, I think the funniest part of this is it's been available for like a year now. And like December of 2020 is when they added this feature.
Yeah.
And now they're just now being investigated. And I heard they already patched it, so it can no longer work. It can no longer do this. But it's called passenger play. So I'm sure you have to click a button that says, I promise I'm not driving. GPSs that are built in.
Lie.
But that's what I'm saying. Like the GPSs that are built into cars now do the same thing, right? When you're touching a GPS while it's in the car, it says, hey, we noticed the vehicle's in motion. Are you driving? You can't be messing with this while you're driving, and you just have to say, okay, I'm not driving, even though that you're usually setting the GPS while you're driving instead of being a smart person and set it before you leave the house. Most of the time you're like an hour into your drive, you're like, oh crap, I think my turn's coming up. I don't know where I'm going. Put my directions here, Outside the fact of that, I think you're moronic if you're going to trust the technology to not kill you and just while you play a video game. Like Shane said, we've all seen the video of people eating, but we've also seen the people reading a book, taking a nap, all kinds of stupid stuff. We know it's out there. For the most part, a Tesla car does a good job, but there's also videos out there where the Tesla car has killed people because it's just not fully there yet. I'm all for it. When they release it, if I can afford it and I can sit in the back seat and Tesla can drive little Miss Daisy around, I'm all for it, But the technology is too new. It can't be trusted. Even the engineers that built the car said, do not use this for this purpose. They have features that if your hands are off the steering wheel for any length of time, you get a warning and then the car shuts down after a while. So you have to touch the steering wheel. You have to put some type of skin contact, electrical contact. There's ways to defeat the system.
There's a 15-second
right.
hands-free feature on there. So once your hands are off for 15 seconds, it'll send a beep. Right. Then it gives you like 5 more seconds. Right. It sends another beep, then 2 more seconds. And then it will just stop your car slowly.
Right. Pull you off to the road and everything like that. Your knees, but that's where you bring in Shane's philosophy of that's what your knees are for. Just put your knees up on that steering wheel and you're good to go. I am not for a person driving and playing Mario Kart because you might as well be driving. Then I guess you just don't get to shoot turtle shells at people and bumper car them and stuff, or
you can if you go to the pet store first. Just throwing that out there.
I don't think they have heat-seeking turtle shells though at the pet store. Maybe there's some new turtles out there. I don't know about. So I wish that driving cars were there to where they could drive you around, but they're just not there yet. The faster we get there, the better, because by the time I'm old and decrepit and can't drive myself, I'm going to want one of these things so that I can still go to the strip club, get a steak dinner at the strip club, whatever I want, or I can go out and get party and get shit-faced drunk and the car drives me home, whatever. I'm all for that. We're just not there yet. And Tesla has nice big warnings that says, do not use the autopilot feature without you being in the seat and able to take control in a moment's notice. It's not meant to be self-driving to the point to where you could just sit in the back seat or sit in the passenger seat or play a video game, read a book, eat a sandwich, whatever you want to do. Moon somebody going down the road next to you, whatever it is. People are going to be idiots with any technology, and this is just another proof of it. But I kind of want to see what happens with this, because I'm sure, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I wouldn't think Tesla would be so stupid as to just say, yes, you could just say passenger mode and play it without a big warning that says, do not do this while driving. Like I said, it's been available since December of 2020. And I think earlier this week, they just put out a patch, or they put out a thing that basically disables it now completely. If the car's in motion, you cannot use this feature anymore. And the funniest thing about it is the person that made the complaint tested it while they were driving, because that's in the statement of the that the regulators got was, hey, I was driving. I was doing it safe, though. I was driving in a parking lot. I don't care. You were driving and you were playing a video game and the car let you. Yes, it lets you because it's called passenger play. It's not called driver play while you drive. So I think this is more of another frivolous BS thing, especially if the warnings are already in place, because it's no different than, I guess there are certain states that have laws where you can't mess with mobile devices, even if it's a GPS while you're driving and things like that. So I guess that's where it's going to come into play. But even then, I think that's overzealous. I agree. You shouldn't be texting or playing a video game on your mobile phone while you're driving, but we have idiots in the world that do all that stuff, and it is what it is. So, Nick, what about you, man? You want to play some Mario Kart while you're driving?
I sure do. Yeah, I mean, it's like you said, the technology is not there for it. That's cool. Yeah, I would like the same thing, for cars to be able to just drive me to wherever I need to go safely. But the technology is just not there. And, you got to be behind that wheel. I mean, people with cars that are not that sophisticated can't drive. So, we can't have this type of feature inside of a car that can somewhat drive itself. I guess it's a cool feature to have, sort of, maybe. I don't know. It depends. I guess it depends on how this whole video game feature works, and like what kind of games, where does it connect to? Is there like a server just hosting these games? Is that how it works? Or are they downloaded to the car? Like, I don't know about that, but I mean, we have enough devices nowadays that your passenger can play a video game. They're called Switches or, Game Boys or whatever. But I mean, if you really want this feature, you could hook up a TV and console in your car now. You don't have to get a Tesla. You could do this today. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think there's more important things to add to a Tesla or work on than adding video game functionality. So but I can understand why they want to, say like, hey, that's not a good thing to do, because you are going to have a lot of idiots that are going to drive and play a video game at the same time, right? Just like we've seen, like you guys said, we've seen people in Teslas doing all sorts of stupid stuff, sleeping or, having a full course dinner while they're while the car is driving down the road.
We're in the soup session of tonight's dinner. The main course will be up in 5 minutes.
Yeah. Soup is in the right lane.
They're gonna have the Butler edition where it just the turkey's still cooking. Rev your engine some more to make it go faster.
Barbecue.
Hey, buddy, your Tesla's smoking. No, I'm smoking some ribs down here.
I'm smoking some ribs. Smells great.
Smells great. What are you making?
When did a Tesla
there?
get an exhaust system? That's the pipe for my smoked turkey.
It's coming out of the top.
Right.
Is that a diesel? No, it's my.
I just think there's more important things for them to
smokestack.
be regulating. I mean, it's a car. It's a computer in a car. I mean, anywhere that we have electronic devices, video games are there, and the computer on the Tesla is no different. I understand they put it there, and it's been there for a while. Like I said, it's been there for a while, but it used to be you couldn't do it while driving at all until like December of 2020, where they enabled the feature to where in the car is moving, you have passenger play. It's called passenger play. Like I said, I don't know how else to put this. What do we put? Do not be a dumbass. It's not driver play. Is that what they're going to call it next? It's passenger play. I just think this is more frivolous regulation. Now, if they got all the warning and stuff in place, I really feel it's a frivolous regulation that they're going in. And how much money are we paying the NTS, what is it, the NTSB or whatever?
Transportation, something safety board.
Yeah, NHTSA. How much are we paying those guys to investigate this rather than just say, hey, Tesla, do you have your warnings in place? Okay. Hey, guy, don't play games on your Tesla while driving. You know, that's all that they need to say.
Have they seen a lot of accidents with that? I mean, have they seen, you know?
From what I read in the article, there's been no incidents recorded, but they don't, I don't know how they actually investigate it. From my understanding, the complaining body was somebody who tested the feature and it allowed them to play. It's like, you tested the feature, you mean you played video games while you drove around a parking lot?
Yeah, okay. But you got to remember, the biggest problem with technology is not technology, it's people using technology of any kind. I mean, people will take anything and F it up. The ability to be able to play that game, play any game in your Tesla, I have no problem with, as long as it's set up to where you cannot do it as the driver. So you can put up warnings all you want. You click here if you're not going to promise not to be a driver while you do it. Sure, fuck off. People will do it. It's because people are the worst thing to happen with technology. It's sad, but it's factual. We've all been guilty of grabbing that phone while we're driving and pop a text message out real quick. We've all done it. I hate people who do it. And you know what? I've done it. I can't lie about it because it's something we do as people. We do unsmart shit. The biggest problem, with the regulating it is, how do you regulate it? I mean, do you tell Tesla you cannot have this feature? Well, no, because you can play a game in your car now. Like Nick said, you pop up your switch. Hell, I throw me a damn 27-inch right up the damn dashboard. I don't care. People will do what people want to do. Now, me personally, I think the feature is fine. As long as you can enforce a way to keep the driver from being able to do it. Like the screen has to be able to, the screen has to turn to the right at a 45 degrees, some shit, that basically knocks it out of view. I mean, how many times you guys...
But remember, the screen on the Tesla is also the dashboard. So if you turn it 45 degrees, you just lost the ability to look at the readouts.
Speed,
right.
Big deal.
But it sticks the divider down.
Right? I mean, there are states...
paint a stripe.
Here's what's the bad thing about it, right? The federal government gives states the right to do whatever they want, So that's the problem to begin with, is because you have states with overzealous laws and you have states with no laws regarding it. You can drive from one state who says, do whatever the hell you want with your cell phone. If you kill somebody, you're in trouble. You get an accident, you're in trouble. That's on you. Be a responsible adult. And then you have other states that say you can't have any electronic device anywhere near the passenger compartment, the driver cockpit area, And we've all seen videos of the guy driving the Tesla and the cop pulls him over and like, can't have your laptop up there. And he's like, that's my dashboard, dumbass, because in that state, you're not allowed to have even a dang GPS anywhere. And you're just like, that's overzealous. And that's what I'm afraid will happen with something like this, is that they're going to do what the government does, which is screw everything up by creating some stupid law or governance that says you can't have this. And it has this stupid trickle down effect that eventually affects everything, because they're going to be something stupid like you can't have this do some animated thing on a screen larger than 7 inches on the dashboard. And you're like, well, shit, my GPS is 12-inch screen and it shows a car driving, which fits into the animated thing. And now it's outlawed, because the government can't do anything right, because they overthink everything and underplan it to the extreme. And that's what the NHTSA is going to do.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, again, the issue with technology is man. From use of it to regulation of it. I mean, there's like no middle ground of common sense.
There's no personal accountability in it.
No, there's not. No, I mean, there's not. I mean, Nick, you're driving down the road. You have kids. You got your, Tesla going. You don't have one, but if you did, you would let your kids play games, watch movies, just shut the hell up and leave you alone while you drive. I mean, so for you, that's a great gimmick for your vehicle. Now, me, you, and Pat, we're driving to GameCon or something, and next thing you know, he's got some weird shit from Reddit popped up on your screen, you're going to end up. And
Nick's watching a
we're all-
YouTube video on some board game and be like, oh, that looks kind of cool.
Yeah, exactly. Next thing you know, that glance turned into a 20-minute conversation, and he didn't realize we just blew through 3 red lights.
And how we got here, I don't know how we got this far.
Exactly. Exactly.
But we're safe. So
Tesla
we made
does see grandma walking across the street.
Right. And maybe Tesla's just ahead of the game. I don't know. I don't know how to put this one because I don't think that the government should regulate it as long as there's warnings and puts the liability on the person driving to make the decision to make what I consider the no-brainer situation. Don't play a video game while you're driving type situation. But a lot of things that I think are no-brainers and common sense don't seem to be common sense. Like don't eat a sandwich and drive with your knees, and don't put on your makeup while you're driving.
Don't you tell me what to do. This is America.
Right? Don't read that graphic novel or comic book while you're driving. Don't take a nap while you're driving. Things that I would think are common sense in this world.
No
are not
5-knuckle shuffle on a piss pump while you're driving. I mean, that's just
right? Especially that, you know, you might shoot yourself in the eye, and then what are you going to do?
Sorry, Nick, I told your story. The whole thing.
My eyes recovered.
The whole thing is scary. Tesla provides a shield.
That's how he drives. That's how Nick drives.
But it's sad. I mean,
it's one hand.
We don't want government interference in many things in life. But sometimes they do need to step in because people do stupid crap. So it's a double-edged sword of where does it start and where does it stop? So,
yeah. But we're on different end of the spectrum. All of us. I believe in personal responsibility, and some people go a little further.
I personally believe the same thing, but I also have no faith in humanity anymore. So I'm on one end, but only to a point. What about you, Nick?
You gotta catch them all.
Damn right.
He's throwing his Pokeballs while he's driving.
I throw them out the window along with the turtle shells from the pet store.
Good thing
I got one balloon left.
Catch that Honda.
Gotta hit that boost.
Got that
Pokeball with rock inside. Go.
It was super effective.
It broke that window. You caught yourself.
You wrecked that driver.
You caught a ticket.
You got a ticket. Yeah.
And a manslaughter charge.
God.
Damn, that must have been the super.
That was a really hard Pokemon to catch. I had to throw that rock 3 times. I mean, the ball.
The rock's in the ball.
The rock's in the ball. All right. Before we do any more manslaughter, vehicular assaults, does anybody have anything else they want to add?
No.
Don't be an idiot.
Yeah.
Don't play games and drive.
And don't throw Pokeballs while driving.
That's right. And make sure you stop at the pet store first. All right, guys, thanks for listening. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notifications. You know all the good stuff you hear every recording. And most importantly, let us know what you think about our shows, our news topics, if there's new topics you'd like to see us cover, or just your thoughts about games and life. We're always here to talk back to you. We've been getting more and more lately, and we really enjoy it. So if nothing else from these guys, we will see you next time. See ya.